Talking down a camera is something I've done a lot, whether it be in online courses or in media situations, but this felt different. It was like going back to school and having to really learn how to deliver content and pacing and create experiences where people could feel something, not just because they were watching it through their screen, but often they're alone versus surrounded by hundreds of people. And what I've seen, particularly through now teaching an MBA completely virtually and starting to give talks virtually, is that this experience of interacting with content when you're by yourself can actually put people on a deeper and more personal learning journey than if we were in a main venue. So what I've been challenging myself to do, even though it can be really frightening at times, is not to try and replicate what happens on stage, but to reinvent that so it feels like a really personal and meaningful experience for people watching it through their screen. The interesting thing about trust is its role is to help us navigate uncertainty. That is the very heart of what trust does. It allows us to place our faith in unknown things. It allows us to navigate risks. But what is really interesting right now is we all have such a different response to uncertainty. We all have such a different relationship to risk. So the first thing that I'm saying to businesses and leaders is you have to understand and be empathetic to the trust state people are in, to the trust state employees are in, to the trust state your customers are in. There isn't a one size fits all here. And it's actually about exemplifying the importance of compassionate leadership, of what can happen when you combine empathy and strength. And this is really interesting when it comes to trust, because I've spoken about for a long time that too often in leadership we focus on competence and capability, but what really shines through is leaders that understand the power of empathy and integrity, understand the power of not talking at people or being above people, but really understanding how to stand with them. I'm experiencing with audiences, whether that be my students or whether that be corporate or government audiences, that everyone is scared right now, that everyone wants to feel just a little bit more in control of their lives, of a world that they cannot control. And so I hope that people leave my sessions with ways of thinking about their own behaviors and their own lives that give them that feeling of just a little bit more control. That could be that they're clearer on what to say and how to communicate. It could be that they reflect on some mistakes that they've made over the last couple of months. It could be that they have a way to think about leadership and some of the strategic decisions that they make. Or it could just be a comfort in understanding that the way they feel and the way that they're responding to uncertainty and the fact that distrust can really set in during these times is completely normal. So I hope by spending time with people, I can give them a useful, comforting, and energizing way of thinking about trust that makes them feel a bit more in control.